Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Not So Subtle podcast with your boys. Coulter Potter, that's me. Jordan Miller.
Hello. That's me.
That's you. And yep, that's Dane.
Dane LaPointe. Yep, that's me.
And that's him.
Damn it, I was about to say that. I was going to say, yep, that's me.
You're going to pull a Raven.
Yep,
that's
right.
Raven Simone.
But you did it for me.
And that's what a good host will do.
Look.
Set them up. And then also finish them.
Guys, on this podcast, we talk about pop culture, video games, Twitter beef, and movies.
Do we have some beef today? No more beef.
No, not today. But if you,
Do we have any beef footage?
Do you guys have any beef you'd like to speak of?
I mean,
no.
No. I don't really go on Twitter anymore.
We do have a meat-related joke, being when we were in playing PUBG, aka PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. We were flying, and then sometimes people will just say stuff in the voice chat.
They always say stuff.
Usually racist.
Yeah. Usually extremely offensive,
usually horrible.
If not racist, yeah.
That's right. And then as we were parachuting to our destination, all we hear over the mic is some guy just, what did he say? He said, "When the brisket hits."
The delivery was so
There's
good.
no context. Nothing before or after that to clarify what he meant. I just started cracking up because it's so stupid. Like,
it was really dumb.
And why did you say that?
Also, brisket. The word
so
choice was incredible.
When the brisket hits.
Yeah, he was really close to his mic.
Funny.
When the brisket hits.
And also his mic was not the best quality, so it was kind of muffled, and it sounded like he was just this
I'm pretty sure he wasn't talking
disembodied
to
voice
anyone.
just flying into the plane, just being like, "When the brisket hurts."
Yeah, and then we're like, okay, we need to find this man and kill him.
Yeah, and then for a good for the entire match at least, we were like, I wonder if this guy knows how much joy he brought to our lives. I think you asked that, actually.
Yeah.
Funny stuff.
Guys,
look, I like meat, all right?
We like to start it off hot with some meat-related gags.
Some hot briskets.
But then we move into our lightning round questions.
We move into a light simmer.
A light simmer with our lightning round.
We're going to marinate in some Elfster.
Yeah, you know what? Elfster has brought us so much joy over the years, just like that brisket man.
Yeah.
And
Elfster definitely brought more, but brisket guy, you're up there.
He's a close second.
Brisket bro, you're close.
Brisket bro.
All right, so we're going to do some little icebreakers. I hate to call it that, but...
your office coworker shooting from the hip.
It's the best way to describe what we're going to do here. And the first question is...
Who's keeping score?
Not me.
I'll do it.
Kermit, it's you.
That's not the first question. The first question is, how long can you hold your breath for?
Man, under a minute.
I'm going to guess maybe 2 to 3 minutes. 2 minutes, maybe? I
All
don't
right,
know.
let's all do it right now and not speak.
Listen, actually, but no, try as hard as you can not to breathe.
Are we actually going to?
We shouldn't, but we could.
We shouldn't do that. I honestly think it'll be under a minute.
I don't want to embarrass myself, and
I'm
also
gonna embarrass myself.
It's not that big of a deal. I don't care.
Listen, I'm not going to judge you guys. I'm not going to judge anyone if they can't hold their breath. It's not a thing you have to do.
But have you ever tried to hold your breath for have you ever had a holding breath
underwater,
competition?
yeah, at the pool.
Do you ever go under a bridge and then do that old trick where you hold your breath and then make a wish or something like that?
What?
You know when you're
Wait,
driving. I think I said under a bridge, but I meant tunnel. Yeah, driving through a tunnel on the freeway or something like that, and when you're going under, you hold your breath until you get out.
I've never heard of that.
Huh.
Well, it's real.
It's a real thing.
Okay. No, I mean, I believe
It's real.
Okay?
It's real.
It's real. No,
I'm
I've just never heard of it.
I'm going to guess between 1 to 2 minutes.
Wow. I have no clue what's a lot. You can't hold your breath for 2 minutes, I'm going to say. Right?
I don't know. I might not be able to.
I don't
Some people
think-
can
I
hold
don't
their breath
think
for
you can.
10 minutes
Yeah,
underwater.
with training, though.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, he learned how to hold his breath for I'm going to say it was 6 or 7 minutes or it could have been longer than
Listen,
that.
if Tom Cruise can do it.
He held his breath for the entire duration of that scene in Rogue Nation where he's getting that
Yeah, that was pretty
thing.
wild.
Yeah, he that was all him actually doing that.
Yeah, it's easy.
And that took months of training.
I mean, he's an actor. He was probably doing other things. I mean, come on. It's not that hard.
No, but Tom Cruise is also just insane. So that's not a very good example. For a general person, I'm going to say the average is definitely under a minute.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. I could be completely wrong.
I'm looking at some information here, and it says that if you breathe in pure oxygen first, you can hold your breath for The world record is 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's pretty wild. Imagine
do, like,
just
free
being
Yeah, but like if you're
underwater
just
for
sitting
15
like
minutes.
that's insane. But like if you're just sitting like in a house or like
Yeah.
at like work or whatever, like there's no way you're gonna be able to do 20 minutes. That's
Yeah, I mean, I don't
simply
know
too
how
much.
it works with the breathing pure oxygen thing.
like if it's
Inhale
from
some
like
oxygen.
from a tank or like
No, I know
a
how that
hospital or
works,
something,
but
yeah.
I don't know like how long one may hold their breath with the
Oh,
supplement
yeah,
of
yeah.
oxygen
Yeah, I don't know.
on a regular basis.
Yeah.
We'll
Let's
never
not
know.
talk about that
That's-
anymore.
It's kind of scary to think about. I don't like it.
Audience, hold your breath throughout the remainder of this podcast.
Remainder of this lightning round.
If
at
you're
least.
a cool guy. All right.
If you can do it.
Have you ever seen a kangaroo in person?
No.
This is a
No.
little dumb. Yeah, no for me either.
That's a no for me,
It's
dog.
been no
It's basically, have you been to Australia?
or a
No.
zoo, and I don't like zoos.
You don't
do
like
they have
zoos?
kangaroos?
What's wrong with
Do
you?
they have
Zoos.
kangaroos at the zoo?
Because
I don't recall.
Wait, hold on.
I don't. Guess what? I don't recall.
Let's hijack this for a second. Do you guys like
Okay.
zoos?
Yes.
They're okay.
Really?
Yes.
I actively
I
dislike
love how you're
zoos.
like, do you like cookies? I'm like, yes. And you're like, really? I'm like, yes.
but no, but with zoos,
Kermit!
zoos are so fucked up, dude. The whole concept is so
But
fucked.
they-
I don't like it.
So the
It's not
zookeepers,
fun.
you know that they're zoologists and they like care about the animals and know
No.
how they work.
No, I know
if the
that.
zoo is a good ethical zoo, then it's fine. But there are some out there that aren't great. Like SeaWorld is somewhat of a zoo. It's more of an aquatic
Yeah, but, like-
one. But still, if they take care of the animals, fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like completely oblivious to the fact that like they're well taken care of, and like people are aware of like their needs and stuff like that. But like the whole concept is just like there's two things. The whole concept to me isn't very exciting, and I also don't think the actual act of going to a zoo is exciting at all. You're just walking around and you're like,
I mean, you don't think
Yeah,
it's
it's
cool
a-
to see like a fucking jaguar in person?
I
Yeah,
mean,
when
no,
there's
it
a
is
jaguar, like,
it is
up against the
cool.
glass.
It is cool to see that, but like the whole, I'm constantly aware of the fact that like it's a simulated, like a somewhat like simulated or set up event where you're just like, yeah,
You put a virtual reality headset on.
I don't know, like it's. I would rather just do that. I'd rather just put up on a VR headset. It's the same thing.
Wait, what do you mean it's a simulated
Like
event?
not simulated, but like it's like I'm just under the impression. Like I'm constantly aware of the fact that it's like a like scripted event. That's a better.
Nothing. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
They're
it's like
just
a
living their life.
No, yeah, they're living their life in a completely like foreign environment to them.
Yeah,
Like,
If
in a
you had
literal
said,
cage.
Yeah, if you had said that you're always thinking about how they're held captive and that like they're not living like the life that they want to, that makes sense. But the things
I
you're
don't-
saying is like,
well, I don't know
it's-
exactly the right.
They're playing a part.
No, they
They're-
kind of
they have a
are.
script.
though.
Part of the
show,
They
they're
kind
all
of
playing
are.
a
They're
game
not
mundane.
like that's not a good representation of their life at all. Like their
I mean,
natural.
of course not. They'd be dead most of the time. So I mean,
Yeah,
what's the
I
deal?
don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah,
I actively
I'm a
avoid
big fan of
zoos.
the zoo. You can go around see some aminal
You won't catch me dead at the zoo.
for arbitrary
fine.
reasons.
They're not arbitrary. A lot of people are against zoos.
Okay.
I know for good ethical reasons if they deserve it, but if not, then those animals are well kept. The people taking care of them like the animals. Like,
No, I know that. It's not like they're being tortured. It's just I don't like the concept.
It's fair enough.
I'm against it.
You can have that opinion.
That's right.
Um,
And it's my opinion, and it's right, and yours wrong. Oh.
yeah, oh man, I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's okay.
No, yeah, I like divorced myself from the whole like controversialness of it and just going like thinking about how it is to just go. It's like it's fun.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. All right, well,
Moving on.
young man doesn't want to talk about zoos. He has a grudge. All right, when people stand up for a standing ovation, are you usually one of the earlier people to stand up or one of the later?
I'm literally the last person. I don't want to have to do that.
Sometimes I don't even stand up at all.
That's just
You're one of those.
Yeah, like
I like
it
one of
depends.
those handicapped
It depends
men's.
though. It depends on what it is. If it's like fucking Star Wars at the theater and everyone stands up, it's like I like Star Wars. I'm not standing up at the theater. There's no one to like.
I mean,
there's
of
no one
course
to
not.
see it. Like
I mean,
don't
if the
care about
person
that.
isn't like accepting an award or something, but if it was like I feel like this happened at a Mariners game or something. They're like, oh, let's bring out like the veterans or something like that, or the person singing the national anthem is like really good. It's like, all right, yeah, like sure. I'll
Sure.
wait and look around, like, okay, is everyone standing up or just like these nerds next to me? It's like, oh, it's fucking everyone. I guess I'll have to stand up. But
Yeah, like there's that. Like obviously, if there's like the entire stadium or like the entire like place that I'm at, everyone is standing up. I'll just begrudgingly stand up.
Yeah, listen, I don't want
Probably
to have to
towards
do
the
it.
end.
I don't want to have to do it, but I will.
None of us here are the type of person to immediately stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'd never be a situation where that happened. But
I don't know if it's for the same reasons. For me, I just don't I don't care. Like,
yeah, I mean, at the end, I was gonna say at the end of like every play, there's a standing ovation, like any musical theater act. And I feel like I'll get up like towards the middle of that because I know that people are gonna do it, and it's like whatever, I'll stand up.
But the thing is, once they do that, are they gonna start leaving immediately afterwards? Like, do they get up and also start leaving afterwards, or do they have to sit back down for like another play? Like, how does that work?
Wait, what?
Like, if the play is over with and they get up and start clapping, do they then immediately just leave? Like,
Well,
that's when
you
we start
don't
to
leave until like the perforers are off the stage.
Okay,
like
so
you
they
know
have to
when
sit
to
back
leave.
down again.
Yeah,
Okay, then that's just a fucking waste of time.
no,
it's
like
showing appreciation for the performers.
Thankfully, most of the plays I've been to, I've actually enjoyed. But if I went to a play that I was like kind of lukewarm on, I honestly wouldn't stand. I wouldn't stand up. Like,
Yeah.
not because I'm
fine.
not trying to be actively rude, but it's like I'm lying to myself and to them if I'm like, yeah, oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah.
But when I was just like, yeah, it was an okay play, like it was fine.
Yes,
Like,
oh my god.
yes, oh my god. Yeah, so I don't know. Most of the plays that I've been to though, like if people do that, I usually agree somewhat. I'm usually a fan, so I'll just stand up.
At Hamilton, you're standing.
Look, I really wish that I could see Hamilton.
Yeah, same. My parents saw it and they didn't bring me. All right. What type of milk do you put in your cereal?
2%.
This is basically just a what type of milk do you like?
Yeah, 2%.
Yeah, I'll do 2%. I like skim milk the best, all right?
That's disgusting.
I strongly disagree with you.
Yeah, I very much
It's fine.
disagree. Now, for a while, my parents... Like,
listen, I'll concede. It's not really real milk.
it's not. It's basically like milk water.
Yeah, exactly. That means I can, like, what? How is that gross? It's way grosser to have, like, a chunk of fucking cream in your mouth or...
2% is just liquid.
What? I've never...
Liquid.
No.
Yeah, no, there's not chunks, but it's like...
What?
You can taste the milk fat. That's what it is. It's 2% milk fat. So it's like,
Yeah,
it's more like...
It's amazing.
It's a little too
creamier.
cream.
Yum. I even like whole milk. I would drink cereal with whole milk.
Yeah,
but I usually
actually,
don't.
like, yeah, or 1%? Like, even 1%.
1%
Why
is
would you
fine.
want to do skim?
Skim is... I like the wateriness. I like how you can just chug it.
That's so... Okay. That's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna
Listen,
work...
you're negative Nancy tonight.
I'm not.
What the
What?
Silly.
No, but so for a while, my parents just... Actually, my mom doesn't drink milk at all. She drinks, like, almond milk or rice milk.
Yeah.
And so sometimes that'll be in the fridge, and, like, I'll just, give it a little sipperoo here and there. It's not bad. I would prefer almond milk over rice milk, I think. But, man, with certain cereals, it just doesn't work. It's not the
Did you
same
ever
as...
put Choco in your cereal? Choco milk.
Yeah, I've done that.
I've never done that.
Yeah, I've never
Nor
done
would
that.
I ever.
I've done that. When that's all I had.
Okay,
Which
it's
is
your...
rare.
At that point, I'd
It's
be
the
like,
last resort.
all I have is chocolate milk and cereal. I'd be like, I guess I'm not having cereal. I mean, I'll just fucking have toast or something. Like,
No, but
Wait,
like...
really?
No, but like... Really?
You'd choose not to
Yeah.
have cereal?
It
Like,
was-
you're hungry for cereal, but...
Like, you're already ready for cereal. You got that
Yeah,
cereal
even
in
if I
you
your...
look in your fridge,
You've
you
got
only
that
see
box
chocolate
in your
milk.
hand, you're like, fuck yeah, man, I'm getting some cereal.
if I
and then you
like poured a
see-
bowl of cereal and then only had chocolate milk, I'd be like, oh,
What would you do with the
Shit.
cereal? Pour it back?
yeah.
No way.
Damn.
Really?
You're an extremist.
Wait, why, though?
Because I don't want chocolate milk with cereal.
What's wrong
You're a
with that?
connoisseur.
Listen, well, I mean, first, I don't eat sweet cereal, so having chocolate milk with like fucking like Chex or something like that is gonna taste like shit.
Sure, yeah. I've been
Yes.
moving away from sweet cereal, so I've been having like cornflakes.
But even
and,
imagine
like,
fucking chocolate milk and like Fruit Loops. That would be disgusting. Are you
No,
kidding
but
me?
yeah, but you have to pair it.
To pair it.
Yeah.
You're the connoisseur of cereal.
You can't.
It's got to be
Look,
some cookie
Jordan,
crisp.
Fruit Loops and chocolate milk's not even good pairing. The
You're
flavor
right.
profiles are conflicting.
I'm sorry. Okay, I guess chocolate milk and like Oreo, whatever.
Yeah, fucking
Cookie
chocolate
Cookie
milk and like,
crisp.
cookie
Cookie
crisp.
crisp. That's
Chocolate
okay.
milk and dude,
Hang on, guys. Shut the podcast off. We have an
chocolate
idea.
milk and cinnamon toast crunch.
Be good.
Yuck.
That'd
be a
I don't
sugar
know.
overload.
We're gonna need to do a taste test.
Look, no, I would die if I had that.
All right.
All right.
The milk itself, it just gets disgustingly sweet when it's just regular milk. What would happen to the chocolate milk?
No
What?
one knows.
It's game over.
No one's ever tried it.
Wow. I'm so offended.
I was looking at the next question.
No, and I get that.
Hit us with it.
All right. This next one is: would you rather be besties with Beyonce or Rihanna? We can skip this.
I don't care.
Rihanna, but
I don't care either.
I don't. Why?
okay. I don't know, I think Rihanna's pretty cool.
Yeah, she seems fine.
I mean, we don't really know anything about either of them.
I don't, at least.
All right. What is the capital of New York?
Albany.
Is that true?
I'll
I think
take
it
your
might
word
be.
for it.
Oh no, it's
I'll take your
Buffalo,
word
I
for it.
think.
Well, we're about to find out.
Or is it New York?
Isn't Buffalo in New Jersey? No.
I know that. New York
New York.
capital.
Albuquerque.
It's either Buffalo or Albany.
It's Albany.
All right.
Listen, I knew you were right. For once.
Was that
All
my
right,
first
so
guess?
the next question. Yes.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Did you ever believe in Santa Claus? I mean, everyone. If
Yeah,
you're a baby, you
you're
believe in
lying
Santa
if-
Claus.
Yeah. Look, when you hear the fables,
Santy.
when you hear the tales passed down from the bards through the land, you have no choice but to be like, yeah, that sounds lit.
Well, here's the real question: does anyone still believe in Santa Claus?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I've seen him, but
Wait, what do you mean?
other than that-
Did I ever believe in Santa Claus?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Does Santa Claus not?
What do you mean believe? How do you not believe in something that's real?
Colder, is Santa Claus not real?
I mean, there's like a conspiracy going around that he's not, but
Yeah, I don't fuck with those tinfoil hat people.
what's his name?
What,
Conspiracy
Illuminati?
man.
Alex Jones.
Yeah, Alex Jones has.
Christmas isn't real.
Christmas is turning the frogs gay.
It's a fabrication of our society. All right.
Christmas isn't real. That was your Alex Jones.
my
He does
best
do
Alex
that. He
Jones.
does do that.
All right. Did you ever wait?
Hang on.
Hold
Hold
on.
on.
Rewind that.
Oh,
wait,
no.
it's about
I don't know about this one. Are dogs people?
no.
That's just objectively.
What does that mean?
No, they're not.
I
They're
think I know
dogs.
what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
But no. To that question, no.
Yeah.
How about this? Do you when people are like, I can't take a dog dying in a movie, and then like a million people die, but then like the dog will die, and they'll be like, no. It's like
Listen, I have 2 dogs. I love them both very much, but they're not people. They are still animals.
they're still a mangy.
They're all
mutt.
they're very smart and have personalities, but they're dogs. They're not people. Dogs aren't people. Okay, guys. Let's
They
just
aren't. They aren't.
settle
But
down.
like,
I get what they're saying. You treat them like people sometimes. Your pets, but they're not people.
I definitely have I have a stronger connection to my pets than most people. I think most people with pets would say that.
Sure.
Or like outside like their immediate family or like their best friends or whatever. Like you would consider like your pet to be very important. Are they people? Absolutely not. That's just clearly wrong. I think I understand what they're trying to say though. I think they mean like, are pets like individuals or like, I don't know exactly what the word would be, but are they like family members or something?
Are pets sentient? Yes.
So, well, sure. Yeah.
Sentient.
Of course.
Do pets know that they exist?
Tough to answer that.
I don't know. Cats can't see their own reflection.
Are cats vampires?
They might be. I'll literally.
Do the pets know about
take
the Santa
Emily-
Claus conspiracy?
I'll take Emily and just like hold her up to the mirror and I'll be like, Emily, it's you. And then she'll just look like anywhere but at her. She'll be like, she'll just look in
No,
the
it's
corner.
not.
I'm like, no, Emily, look in the middle. And then she'll look over and she'll just look down like slightly below. And I'm like, no, you need to look up.
Look at me.
You need to look at me.
Look at you.
Look at you, Emily. She won't do it. One day I'll get her to.
One day she'll do it.
She'll be awoken.
No, apparently,
Awoken
like,
Emily.
all right, like I'm sure she sees it, but apparently, like cats, I don't know if it's true for dogs, but for cats, they can't recognize that what they're looking at is themselves.
Most animals can't.
Yeah, which is
Except
kind
for
of
dolphins.
Oh,
Dolphins
yeah,
can.
that's true.
Like,
Yeah,
what's
for
up,
most
my
animals,
guy?
I'm sure that's how it is.
All right. Last one we're probably gonna do is: have you ever been to Africa? No.
No.
Like plot twist, no, I haven't.
Can we do a different last question?
Yeah, that's
Sure.
a really stupid
That one
question. So dumb.
Are you calling Africa stupid?
Yeah.
And you're
Okay.
okay.
Just clear that up. No, I don't know anything about Africa. I'm sure it's great.
Yeah. All right. Coming off the heels of Black Panther, you just couldn't be ruder. Would you eat a day-old taquito from 7-Eleven?
Would I eat a
They're all a day old anyway,
day
so
old.
yes.
What does that mean?
They're always a day old. I mean, they're never
A
fresh.
day old, as
Oh,
in-
I was literally having a stroke.
Yeah.
It's like, what's a day old?
I thought you meant like day old. Like I thought you were saying like a word day old.
D-A-L-E-D.
I was like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
day old?
The class, you don't know what a day old taco is. I don't know how you
I
didn't
thought
know
you were
what that
talking
was.
about a Yuletide taco. Okay, a day old taco. I mean, yeah, some of those taquitos in there have been in there for at least a week.
Seriously,
Like,
they're more than a day old all the time.
Yeah.
Yes. I would, yes. I don't.
Okay, but if you bought it and then you didn't eat it that day and then you kept it overnight.
Yeah, probably.
okay, now what if you bought a taquito from 7-Eleven and then you dropped it on the floor
In the store.
in the store, and then
We
the guy
talked about this,
the
right?
guy asked you to clean it up? Would you eat it?
Would you buy it?
Would you spend money for something?
Would you put it on the counter, or would you hand it to him, or would you throw it in the trash, or would you take it away?
Would you ask him any of these questions, or would you just try to figure
Just
out on
walk
your
away.
own?
We talked about that, right?
Pretty sure we did.
I'm pretty sure we talked about it. You were pooping your pants. Yeah, just for people that don't know, I bought, I think, 2 taquitos at 7-Eleven, and then did he hand them to me? Yeah, he handed them to me, and then I was in line, and then I was carrying 2 items in one hand, so the taquito slipped out of the bag because it was like dropping. This is almost like when I broke that light. Yeah, one of the taquitos slipped out, and then I had to have the pleasure of telling the man one of the taquitos like fell on the floor, and then he gave me a glove, and since I could barely understand him, what I gathered was that he asked me to pick it up off the ground, and so I did this task, and I didn't know what to do with it, so I put it on the counter.
That's fun.
And then he didn't have a replacement for my taquito that I dropped, so I had to. Did I get a new? He had like literally 0 more taquitos
he
that
was
were any
left with
good,
one
so
taquito.
I just had to take 1 taquito, which was sad. And then it's like he was confused, I was confused. It was a
The whole
bad situation.
Yeah, it was just awkward all around.
You paid money for a taquito you didn't get to eat.
That's right.
That's upsetting.
I threw it away. I ripped up $1.
All right.
That's too funny.
Well, we ended on a hot one. Have you guys been to Africa?
My stomach actually hurt from laughing.
Yeah, can we go back to a bad question? Have you guys
can
ever
we
been to
rewind
Africa?
that?
No.
You guys ever been to Wakanda?
I felt like I was.
Wow, you're transported there, huh?
I was. For average length of a film, for about 2-ish hours, maybe a little less, I was transported to Wakanda.
That's right.
Great. I'm proud of you. Guys,
Yeah.
that's it.
All right, wrap it up.
For that segment,
Oh.
Oh man,
guys, we watched a 3-hour film.
a 3-hour epic, one of the most thrilling epics of all time.
Every week, we pick a new film to watch out of a bag. We have approximately, how many? 30? 25?
I'm gonna go with 30 plus.
I think there were, when I checked a while back, it was 30, so I'm going to say like 28.
Yeah, I'm going to go under 30. We've watched quite a few, so. We haven't added a whole lot lately, so.
Yeah, we may have added like 1 or 2, but yeah, anywhere around the 30 range.
Hold on, we have to add RoboCop.
That we
As a
do.
reminder.
Oh, we do?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
We're
none
gonna
of
watch
us have
that
seen
movie,
it.
Jordan.
Okay.
Is that
The
okay
old
with you?
one.
That's fine.
You're not. You don't.
Is
wanna
there
watch
anything wrong with that?
Just.
Not the new one, the old one.
Yeah, I know. It's just.
Yeah, I know.
I think you might like it. I mean,
Maybe.
all right.
I don't know. Maybe I will.
I mean, there's dark comedy and stuff like that.
But
So.
it's.
But what?
Just spit it out, Jordan.
I feel like it's not going to hold up that well.
Come on, Junior.
I feel like it's not going to hold up.
It's an 80s action film, Chief.
Yeah.
Chief.
Yeah.
Look.
Alright.
Predator.
T2.
Predator was fine.
T2.
T2, early 90s, but
Face Off.
Face Off, also 90s.
That's right.
Listen, everything made in the 80s, trash. That's just what it is. No,
Oh,
I don't know if it's going to hold
I
up
think
that
we should
well.
put the Road Warrior on there. Mad Max 2.
Okay.
Okay, how about Mad Max 1?
Sure. Both.
Because we haven't seen that either.
Why
Put,
not? And Beyond
into
Thunderdome.
or whatever.
Sure. Beyond Thunder.
Yeah, you think I know what the fuck it's called? I was spitballing.
Let's put Mad Max Fury Road on there and just call it good.
Let's
put Star Wars Episode 4 on there.
Let's just have a hat just full of Mad Max Fury Road. We just pull it out every week. Cause
Weird.
I'm totally fine with watching that movie every week for the rest of my life.
I'm sure you are. Guys, we watched a 3-hour epic, and it was called Mad Max Fury Road. No, we watched Seven Samurai. We picked it out of a bag 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, maybe.
Was it 3? I think 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's been a long time in the making, and it took about as much time to watch the film. So yeah, it's an epic, directed by Akira Kurosawa. Did I say that right?
Well, you added a little flair to it, but you got most of it.
I said it like a Cali bro. I said it like greedy.
I'm Akira Kurosawa.
Hi, what was the girl's name?
Sheena.
Sheena.
I'm Sheena.
Yeah, so it's a black and white film made in the 50s.
54.
54. And yeah, it's about 7 samurai that choose to help a village of farmers from attackers. And Banditos. It's just a classic story. It's It
is a classic. It's been adapted multiple times. Like, I believe Magnificent Seven is an adaptation of this film, or whatever this film was an adaptation of. If it is not the original content, I don't know.
I think this is the original in terms of like Magnificent Seven with the 7 cowboys or whatever, like helping out. I think that's original. But this tale, you could argue, is timeless. I think.
Sure.
Like the concept of it.
Yeah. I mean,
the basic narrative structure of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's definitely like an...
Yes. No, go on.
What?
You just like the basic concept of people protecting a village, like that's
well, no, just like the whole thing of like I don't know, the ragtag group of like whoever being like pulled together to like defend the lesser,
like Suicide Squad.
Sure, yeah.
Suicide Squad action adaptation of Seven Samurai.
I think you could say that, yeah.
How many members of Suicide Squad are 7?
Look, 7 plus 3 is 10, right?
Yeah.
And then there's 1 director, so 11.
And there's 1 direction.
That's right.
That's 5 members. Okay.
And there's 1 direction.
5 boys.
5 boys, 1 dad, 6 friends. And then if you subtract all of that and divide it by 3, Illuminati.
Right,
you have the amount of hours it takes to watch the film. Yeah, so I felt that this movie was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
Especially given the time it was made. Yeah. But, yeah, I think it was kind of it was very theatrical, very almost like, a performance, like a play or something like that, because, everything was real. And
I feel like a lot of movies from this period feel like that in some way.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant modern day. I was like,
no. From this era of film.
Like, no.
I haven't seen a lot of black and white films. I haven't seen a lot of movies from the 50s. Some from the 60s, I guess. But yeah, they have that performance-like quality to them.
Mm-hmm. And the story is very straightforward, and you can get behind it very easily. Hence why I enjoyed the film. Mm-hmm. Definitely not an art film. It's definitely a film for the masses at the time, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all in Japanese, subtitled in English. Was it released in Japan first?
Almost certainly.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Do you think it was marketed towards mostly a Japanese audience?
Maybe. I have heard this described as the most well-known Japanese film of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's Battle Royale,
right,
which I think is the highest grossing Japanese film of all time, but...
Not surprising.
This is definitely... Yeah, but this is definitely the most well-known. Like, everyone is pretty much aware of this movie at this point.
Yeah, I think...
For whatever reasons. It's been studied.
Akira Kurosawa...
Admiral Akbar Kurosawa.
His intention is...
Oh my god!
His intention was to make a global, movie. Like, he wasn't just targeted at Japan. He wanted to make movies worldwide, so I feel like this is not just strictly for Japan.
Yeah.
So
definitely
I'm sure it was started
relatable. There. Yeah. Yeah, I liked it.
This is, I could see that because this movie is, it takes place in Japan. It is all in Japanese, but it's not a very Japanese movie.
No,
I don't think there's anything in there that screams like oh, I don't understand that because I don't know, like I don't get the culture, like I don't get like the societal like impact of that or anything. It's just like a very simple. It's a very simple tale.
They didn't wear pants.
Well, yeah, like there's stuff like obviously the way they dress and like the food they're eating and things like that, but like the themes and like the like even things they're saying and everything and like the way they're behaving is very much like not westernized, but anyone can get behind it and understand like what's happening. Like they wouldn't be confused or like nothing would be lost in translation.
The hero's journal.
That's right. The hero's gurney.
The hero's Sigourney.
Nice. I was gonna go there. I didn't.
Not bad.
But I'm glad you did.
Thanks.
Yeah, this movie was very long. This movie was very long, but I don't think it was boring. Like it was well paced. It was just so long, and there's so much to like. This is like the definition of a slow burn.
Yeah.
In the sense that like it is building up to the finale, which the finale is pretty like it's pretty epic. There's some crazy stuff happening there. Like for this time period, when I was watching it, I'm like, damn, this is like their Lord of the Rings almost. Like this is like their like big crazy set piece where they're watching it and they're like, I can't believe all these people are like actually doing all this stuff on screen together. There's like a bunch of horses. There's just a lot of people like running around with like the choreography that, or maybe lack thereof. I don't know. Like the chaos of it is pretty impressive.
There's scenes with like upwards of maybe 20 people just like rushing around with spears and like swords and stuff, and it's kind of impressive to like, okay, wow, they actually got this down like with that many people to be able to film it. Like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and like it is so old, so a lot of like everything there is no CGI in this movie. There's no like. Even I don't think there's any like stunt work or anything like with like stunt doubles or anything like that. I think it's all just like the actors. It's just I'm sure they didn't have a huge like amount of people to do all this stuff with. So like when they're getting stabbed and stuff, they're not like doing anything that crazy. People aren't like flying around. So I think a lot of this stuff was probably done by the actual people, which is also impressive.
Yeah, leading or on the topic of like the theatricality of it, there were no like sounds of impact. There was no blood. There was no like arms being cut off or like anything like that, which I think lends itself to the play-like nature of it, because they wouldn't be able to do anything like that or they would nowadays, but like, you know, in a normal play, you're not going to have arms being lopped off and stuff like that. So,
but when was Vertigo made?
Couldn't tell you.
Somewhat later than 54, I'm guessing. I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know. So
probably
obviously
about
they didn't have to film this movie in black and white.
This movie?
Yeah. Like I think color was around by this time.
Color had not been invented yet.
Like the color was just not like a thing. The world was in black and white up until 1960. No, I'm curious to see when color was introduced in film, because this might have been intentional for it to be black and white.
Siri, when was color?
Hang on.
Siri, when was color introduced in film?
I want to say Wizard of Oz was the first movie to be in color.
Here's what I found on the web for when was color introduced in film.
Lay it on.
Seems like 35, maybe.
Okay.
The birth of Technicolor is 1915, but it seems like 35 is like when it was starting to be widespread.
Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty sure. I mean, well, according to that, it definitely could have been in color. I think it was intentional for him to put it in black and white, but I don't know. I wonder if maybe he did that to. Either it's a stylistic choice, just because there are a lot of cool shots with like shadows and like, especially with the rainy kind of gloomy aspects of the movie, like a lot of the more darker scenes and like the darker themes too are shot differently, like with the black and white. So maybe it was just like a stylistic approach on his part, or maybe in some way he was trying to make the movie a little more simplified in general. So black and white, like theatrical performances, like no like crazy explosions or like arms being like cut off or anything like that. Like there's violence, but it's all like something you would see like in a play, or like when they pull the swords out, it's just like very quick. There's no like shing or like crazy sound or anything. So I think it's all very intentional, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that guy was a smart dude, so he probably knew what he was doing.
He knew it was a classic when he made it.
Yeah.
I was going to say on the topic of the length, I think the journey stories like lend themselves the most to these like super long movies, like with Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. Yeah. Because you have like a goal, but you also can do like as many as you want of like little in between like adventures and stuff like that. So I think that's those work really well for long movies. With like an art film, it's hard to do long movies.
So you think that fit with this movie?
Yeah, I think it worked out for this movie. I mean, they weren't like going on a long journey or anything like that, but it's like, I don't know.
I felt like
it kind of felt the same as like a Lord of the Rings.
For like because like they go through a very long, like the first half of the movie is them like recruiting the samurai, and each one of them has their own little like scene to
the fellowship.
Introduction. Yeah, basically yes.
Kind of.
It's kind of cool. So
I liked that. I like all those scenes, and I think actually I like the first half of the movie the best, probably, in terms of like the story and the characters and everything, because all the characters do kind of have their own arc in some way, or like they have enough of something going on where it's like you don't just see some guy on screen, you're like, okay, that's the top knot guy, that's like the bald guy, that's like whatever, like
Listen, you can't say we didn't reduce them to that though.
No, we did, but it's just because there's so many people in this movie. Like, there's a lot of just extras and a lot of people doing things in this movie where, like, they don't even really explain, like, who they are or say their names or anything. It's just like, oh, well, we know that guy is, like, friends with one of the samurai or whoever it is.
yeah.
So that's just because there's so many people and it gets confusing. And it's all in black and white, so it's hard to distinguish, like, hair color or anything like that.
I mean, I would say even with, like, the actual Seven Samurai, there are a couple in there that don't get nearly as much exposure as, like, the rest of them. Like, there are some, like, actual main, like, bigger characters in there.
Yeah,
that's
like,
true. On screen. They have way more screen time and character, like, development than a couple of the other ones, but...
Yeah, but, like, for the most part, you're, like, somewhat invested in each of their characters. Like, you know, like, enough about them to care, like, when they die, because people die in this movie. But the second part of the movie I liked as well, but I almost would have liked it if you were mentioning like the journey movies lend themselves to the length more. I think it would have been cool if maybe like my main problem with the movie is that it like at certain times, because of them taking so long to build up to the bandits actually attacking, some of like the like weight or like threat of that was reduced a little bit, because it was just like it took so long for them to finally get there. Then they kept talking about how like we need to do this right now because the bandits are going to be here, like the bandits will be here anytime, blah blah blah, but they keep doing these things on the way there, and then when they finally come, it's pretty epic. But like I liken it to the same thing where people were talking about Breath of the Wild, and they were saying that they couldn't get behind the plot because
it's bad.
Well, that, but like people saying
it's few and far between.
Yeah, but like people were saying that like they didn't understand, or they didn't, the whole gravity of the situation was lost on them, because it's like you have to go kill Ganon right now, like the world's gonna be destroyed. But it's like, okay, I'm gonna go do this shrine and like I'm gonna play for 300 plus
literally
hours.
Gonna fight Ganon like 400 days later. Like,
yeah, exactly. And it's like Zelda's been suffering like in this castle or whatever this whole time. So like that's a completely different story, of course, but like this, I felt the same way, where it was almost to the point where they were drawing it out just a little bit too much.
I could have done without the like setup for the defenses. Like that part is like fun. Like one scene of them like building the fences and like digging the moats and all that stuff would have been cool. But that part is literally like the second third of the movie, and it takes a long time before they like start fighting.
It is, and that's where it has that whole epic feel to it, where you're like, okay, wow, this is like an orchestrated like big event, and you see all the pieces of it building together, and then the finale of it is pretty awesome when you see all of it come into play. But like, I don't know, it's just some of the gravity of that situation was lost on
that part is the part for me. I was like, okay, let's just like speed up a little bit, because like seeing the villagers go from like groveling nobodies to like people who are protecting their town was like interesting and cool. But it takes so long for that to happen.
It does take a long time.
It doesn't have to be that long.
Yeah, and like the other thing I was gonna say is that I almost would have liked, and they kind of did this sort of, not really, where like maybe they could show. Like, I don't know if they'd split it up into halves, or if they would just split, like, every few minutes, or, like, every, like, little chunk or something, but maybe they could have done something where, like, they cut to, like, the bandits, and, like, we actually learn about the bandits, and, like, learn, like, character names and stuff, because we do kind of see some scenes where they kind of flesh out that they're not just, like, these faceless people. Like, you see the leader of the bandits and everything, but, like, it would have been cool if, like, we got to know them, and then that we have some stakes with them coming into the battle, or, like, if like right when they're about to set up their defenses and they're like in the middle of it, they cut and they're like already on the way or something like that. Like it would have kind of helped with the tension a little bit, but I mean that's sort of a nitpick because the movie was still good.
Yeah.
That was my problem.
Yeah, I don't have any complaints about the movie besides the fact that it was a little like it's very long in the tooth. Like doesn't need to be like 3.5 hours is too long for a movie. No movie needs an actual intermission like in the actual movie.
They could have cut off at least a half an hour.
They could
20 minutes.
Yeah, a lot of the
defensive stuff could have been taken out.
That whole like right after the intermission was like when they start doing all that stuff, and it was just like okay, like I get what you guys are doing. Just please move along to the final confrontation because that part just.
Anything with the dude that was just like on crack the entire time could have been cut.
Speaking of him,
I actually kind of like that character though.
That character,
he was the most animated.
Yeah, he was the main character in the other Akira Kurosawa film that I watched, Yojimbo. I think his name is
Jiminy.
Yojimbo.
Yo Jeremy.
Yo Jimmy.
Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yeah, I think his name was Toshiro Mifune or something similar, but he's good in that movie. I like Yojimbo better than this movie because it's not nearly as long and it's a little bit more fun. I felt like it's about a guy who comes to a town, somewhat similar to protect it, but he's caught between two like warring factions, and it's interesting. But
also a classic tale.
Yeah. So,
nice.
And he's not nearly as wild in that movie. He's much more of a reserved person. So it's kind of weird to see him just like oh,
completely batshit insane.
Yeah. He's wild in this movie.
Yeah, he's well known.
With Nick Cannon.
Had you guys heard any like high praise about this movie? Had you been aware of the influence that this movie has had on generations?
I feel like maybe it might have been mentioned in like Star Wars documentaries where it's like he was influenced by classic Asian works of this person and this person.
Yeah, because they said that he was trying to make the lightsaber battles very samurai-esque.
Mm-hmm. Like
I think they said he was he was influenced by Kurosawa.
Yeah, I didn't know particularly of this movie. I just knew of Kurosawa, but
I've heard of Acura, but isn't that a movie?
Acura.
I've heard of Acura cars, but other than that,
yeah, we're drifting a little bit,
just like those cars.
Yeah,
oh my god, man. Do we have anything else to say?
Recommendation.
I didn't dislike it. If you enjoy the epic battle, journeys of Lord of the Rings, and you want a little more Asian flair, you might enjoy this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. This one's tough because, as with most old movies, especially this one, it's hard to really compare it to anything nowadays, and my scale may not be very accurate.
Kurosawa.
Accurate Kurosawa.
That was, you tried on that one, and I appreciate it.
You laughed, so.
I'm gonna give it a B.
All right.
Yeah, give it that whatever number you want. I'm gonna give it a B. I think it's important. I think it's an important movie. I'm always interested to watch movies, older movies in general, especially something this old and this influential, because even watching it now, there's a lot to be impressed by. And yeah, just the amount of extras and like
care.
The cinematography was great. The care was just on point.
The care was there.
The Care Bear stare. Yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot that went into this movie where, if you think about it, in 1950s, like when people wanted to see this movie, it was probably pretty revolutionary and pretty groundbreaking, which is easy to say about most movies that are on this list that are older, because we picked a lot of the important ones. But for this one in particular, I think it definitely holds up in a lot of ways. And I think it's partly because of how simple it is in terms of its narrative, but also like in its presentation. I think anyone could watch this, and like such as a play, I think it's a little bit timeless.
Yeah.
So I think it was good.
Right.
I was a fan.
I also thought it was good. I feel like the movie does hold up. Again, like lack of special effects or any like sort of wizardry like that makes it pretty easy to watch. It is a little long, so be prepared for that. But if you want just a simple, the samurai story, people protecting the town, like it's a fun little thing, just be prepared for the length. I'm going to give this movie 7 samurai out of 9.
Damn.
Boom. Look, I knew you were going to do 7 samurai. This is so perfect.
7 samurai, easiest one.
Yeah. I already kind of made a little bit of recommendation. But yeah, if you want an older movie with a classic feel, but not necessarily, something that still holds up, as Jordan said. It's very good for that. Be wary of the time commitment. But yeah, I definitely thought it was a good old movie.
Yeah.
Definitely was not as much of an art film, and a good change of pace for me. So yeah.
All right.
Also, I wanted to bring up that when we were looking at A Scanner Darkly on the television, you said something like, what a shit film, or something of that nature. And I'd also like to point out that you gave it a C, aka 70%.
I told you after I said it was a shit film that I didn't think it was a shit film. I was being just ridiculous.
Okay.
I
think
did.
70% is accurate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I told you, if we go back to, I know what I said. If we go back to the podcast, last week's podcast, it wasn't that long ago. What I said was that it's hard for me to grade it highly because I don't think it stands next to other films that I've rated like a B or an A. But it's hard for me to rate it negatively and give it like a D or an F because of its importance as like an art piece.
Yeah.
And so that's why I gave it a C, because it's like, well, it's not. I think I said it's not a great film. I don't think it's a great film, but I think as a piece of art, I think it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me. Hard for me to give it anything higher.
Yeah, I think the thing where I'm hung up on is if you equate it to a percentage scale, it seems quite high. 7 out of 10.
Yeah, 7 out of 10 is like.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
For a movie that you have called a piece of shit.
It's like, it's so hard to...
A movie that you didn't
We don't
really
have to.
enjoy would get at least like a 6. You would never rate something like a 4 unless it was actually horrible, in which case you'd probably just rate it like a 1 or 2. Like,
Sure,
there's
yeah.
no movies in the 4 to 6 range.
No, I know, but like, so...
That's correct.
Sure, yeah, that's accurate, but like... Well, maybe not. I don't know. It depends. Like, something like, I don't know, like Suicide Squad. No, that's a terrible...
It's a 1 out of 10.
Terrible example. That's a 1 out of 10. I don't know. There has to be something out there where, like... I think what I need to do is I need to go through and write down, like, what I think is, like, oh, 1 is, like, I would never watch this again. It's a horrible-ass movie. Like, I hate it because of this. And, like, a 7 is, like, yeah, it was alright. Like, I would maybe recommend it to some people. Like, most people would probably enjoy it. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I would have to change my scale a little bit. But for Scanner Darkly in particular, it's very hard for me to grade it as a movie. Like, because the scale is me grading the movie. And the film aspect of it is not that great, I don't think. It's fine. But I think it's important for, like, its art aspect, I guess. I don't know. It's really hard for me to grade it, like I said.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Well, boys.
It's confusing.
This is going to be a slightly shorter episode due to the length of the film that we watched. But we do want to get into some video juegos.
Let's go.
That's right.
Boys, have you been playing any games? I know you have.
I always play games.
All right. Out with it.
Jesus. Coulter, can you please ask me to ask Jordan what he's been playing?
Dane, please ask me what I've been playing.
Wait, hang
Coulter,
on.
what have you been playing?
Well, Jordan's been playing.
Shoot. Coulter, what have you been playing?
Sounds like you just played all of
Well,
us.
I haven't really been playing much at all. I was kind of busy this week. Oh, is it my turn to
I don't
say what
care.
I'm playing?
Yeah,
All right.
Out with it.
Out with that, Kermit.
Kermit!
What has he been
Oh
playing
my
with his
God.
little hands?
Kermit!
Okay, so, yeah, I haven't been playing a lot. I've been kind of busy this week. Podcast came out a little late. Help.
It's okay.
But
I hit my mic.
I hit my mic. But I did leave on my... So, let me break this down real quick
Break it
for you. RLCS, Rocket League Championship Series, is coming back. They're about to start league play this weekend, which means the lead up to the big
big tournament.
the big game, the biggest game there is. And so if you tune into these streams, they'll hit you with a random drop every once in a while for a reward. And what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to wake up in the morning, turn on your Twitch, and leave and go to work.
Oh, okay. Just rack them up.
And make sure your computer doesn't go into sleep mode.
Right.
And then you come back and you see you have one reward from that 6-hour span.
So is that like the general like time that they would get, like 1 per 6 hours of viewing, or is it just
So
completely
one day I got
random?
2, one day I got 1.
All right, that's
and it's kind of unacceptable. But I heard or people were saying in the chat, like, I got 4, or like
how many
like
matches
that.
are being played? They're only 5-minute matches. Like that's a lot.
Well, it's like
games.
best of 5s and stuff like that. Still,
That's
a lot. It's a lot.
That's a
I mean,
lot
listen.
to watch. Like, either way, like,
especially when it's not even like the real tournament. It's like lead up.
Yeah,
like,
but like, I don't know. Even for me, like, I like watching. I'm like, you guys know, I watch some of the Overwatch League matches. Like, that's somewhat interesting to me. But I even those I skip some. Where like I'll have it like on, and I'll just be like on my phone or something. Like, I won't really be watching it. How do they expect people to watch, like, to not do what you're doing?
People do. It's just
if
to
you think
bump
about
up the
it,
numbers. It's
that's-
literally to just be like, oh, we're getting like similar numbers of TV and stuff like
That's
that.
insane.
Yeah, like, you're automating the process by just leaving, but like, if I was just like, oh, I'm gonna tune in and watch it, like, I'm probably gonna watch one set.
Yeah, you're almost not gonna.
I'm gonna watch 25 minutes and like you probably get nothing.
I might not even watch that. I like for
sure.
me, like, not even for like Overwatch, Rocket League, like whatever it is, even a game I really like. I probably would be like, I'm gonna go play this game now, or like, I'm gonna go do something else, or like fucking like get lunch or something. I'm not gonna just sit here and watch this.
I do like them giving out free stuff. That's cool, but it seems like it's a little bit extreme. But I mean, it's still free, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
So I got
complain too
3 free items, and they're pretty cool. So
Nice.
I'll thank them kindly for a free item.
Are the items limited to just the giveaway? Like, are they unique to that, or can you get them in like crates?
They're
or something
completely unique to watching Rocket League tournaments.
That's
cool then.
Oh, so not just CS.
Yeah, not just RLCS. And
Oh,
the
that's
last
so cool.
few rewards, or the last round of, like, they just released new rewards for this season, and the old one, I think, are like gone forever. So that's kind of cool.
Collectors.
I have Apexes, which are like the coolest wheels that you can get. They're painted lime green, which is not my favorite color, but still, yeah, I guess if they never come back, that's like an exclusive item, which probably go up in value.
Yeah, trade those suckers for something.
A regular pair.
No one would do that.
Yeah,
Unless you really
I
like
don't
lime
know.
green, which is a rare breed of person.
Yeah, but I think when we were playing the tournament that we got 3rd place in, I guess.
We did.
It was 3rd place.
Yeah, you guys saw the Apexes, and they, like, when you go fast, like when you're at top speed, they like change color or something like that. Someone saw that, I know.
I think I was messing around with a bunch of different wheels in that thing. So.
And you like pointed that out.
Yeah.
The lime green ones don't do that.
Oh, that's
So
dumb.
yeah, or at least they don't do it as significant, if any.
Yeah.
In any case.
Oh well.
So
Upsetting.
yeah, a little Rocket League corner, as usual.
RLC Korner. RL Korner.
Rocket League
Oh,
Championship
what?
corner.
Something about a corner?
Yeah.
Great.
Something about a corner?
You're falling asleep, and it's time to talk to you about
I'm
Slime
sleeping.
Rancher.
Slime Rancher.
How's that?
Please, have you played Slime Rancher?
No.
Damn it.
Look,
man.
I uninstalled that piece of
Do
shit.
your fucking homework and play
No,
some Slime Rancher.
I should play that game.
You're
I
not
like
gonna-
that game.
Don't set us up for just... You're not going to play it.
Next week, I'll have an update on Slime Rancher.
You'd be like,
I would love to
installed
hear.
it.
Listen, I would not tune out if you were talking about Slime
You
Rancher.
would.
You would.
You would. It's real.
What have you been playing?
Yeah, not a lot.
Okay.
Some more Final Fantasy 15. Man, so many problems with that game. So many
We've
problems.
discussed them at length.
Yeah, there's nothing else I won't even talk about it here. But yeah, I've been playing that. Still chugging along. What was the last thing that I did? Oh, I've just been doing a lot of side stuff. Like a lot of... I haven't even been doing the main quest that much. I've been doing enough of the main quest to get past like the different blockades or whatever that they have to the new areas. So I'm in like the second main area. It's the area with the big lake. Like the big like thing.
You're out
that
of the
walks-
desert.
Yeah, I'm out of the desert, which is nice because it's very green and looks very nice. And yeah, that game's very pretty. Yeah, nothing crazy though. Just been doing a lot of hunts. I mean, it's kind of grinding. Like, none of the missions are, like, super unique.
Yeah.
But the combat's fun, and it's been enough to keep me interested. So I've been doing that. We played the Rainbow Six Siege co-op event. Which, so I'm gonna describe this as the weirdest thing that could have possibly happened to Rainbow Six while still somewhat being cool and making sense. Like, almost. Like, it's just the game at this point, or at least Rainbow Six Siege is so weird at this point in terms of its setup and what they've done to it that, like, they'll just do it. They'll just do anything.
Yeah.
Like, the game was sort of a failure at first, and they brought it back with, like, continued support, and now they have a mode where you fight zombies, and, like...
It's fun.
It's fun, and it's, like, so graphically intensive that my game runs at, like, 40 frames per second.
I was not prepared for this. Like, the game when I play it normally gets, like, anywhere between, like, 90 and, like, 100 whatever frames. Like, there's not that many people in the match. It's, like, 4-on-4, 5-on-5 or whatever. Like, it's small.
And the maps look good, but they're not super sharp or anything.
The new Outbreak mode only has 3 player characters in it, but all the zombies are, like, they take up so much fucking, like, frame rate. Like, my frames dropped down, like, 45. I was like, what is happening? Like, is my computer broken? It's like, no, it's just these maps are huge, first of all, which is cool to play in. And also, there's just a ton of shit going on. But
the maps are huge. There's a lot of shit on fire. There's, like, weird shit popping out of the ground. There's, like, smoke effects and, like, particle effects. And then there's just a lot of physics happening, too, because, like, the zombies, like, when you shoot them, will, like, fly around and hit walls and stuff.
When you said there's weird shit popping out of the ground, I thought of battle bots.
why?
What is that?
Because you know about battle bots, right?
No? Maybe I do, if you
Well,
want to refresh
okay,
my memory.
it's RC, like, robots, like, these, like, 2 teams of kids that put together their own, like, fighting robot. Will battle it out, and then there will be, like, little, like, a saw blade that'll, like, fall down, or, like, some spikes that'll come out of the ground.
Okay,
and,
I
like,
do remember that.
Yeah. So that's what I thought of.
That's
kind of lit.
That's wild.
It was lit.
My favorite video game. Korner.
What were we just talking about?
Korner. All right, you've lost it.
I don't know what I was just saying.
The graphics of the
Rainbow Six Siege
Rainbow
Outbreak.
Six.
Oh, yeah. So...
Jeez.
I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I don't know. It's... that co-op event was interesting. It like I said, I don't know why it exists. I don't know what they were I don't know why they did this.
Yeah.
It's only here for like a month, I think, or less. And yeah, it was interesting. That's a cool game.
That would be like if
like
Rocket
the game
League
a lot.
did racing maps.
Yeah.
Would that be lit?
That would be cool. I would love to play.
I mean,
like,
that would be, but this is like, I don't know. This is almost
The
a
same
completely
thing? Oh.
different style of gameplay. Like it's like
yeah.
so far removed from what Rainbow Six is.
How is that different from my example?
Because Rocket League is based around racing cars,
It's not.
or it's like fast cars.
It's a sport.
Mm,
It's
a
like
sport.
you're playing soccer.
I guess it would be similar in where they would do something unexpected, but like
Thank you.
this zombie mode is such a far cry from anything that
Yeah.
Rainbow Six like as a series would ever do, that it's just so wild.
Yeah, I will say it doesn't seem like the game is built for this at all, but like somehow they've created like you go in and like pick up like ammo from boxes or like pick up gear from stuff and like escort. They have like a similar escort hostage thing, but it's like, okay, we'll escort this person from this point to this point. Like these like mechanics are not in the main game at all. Like you would never see this. I'm like, this is like weirdly cool, like transitioning between like levels and stuff.
It's weirdly lit.
Yeah, like
And they clearly, this was not what I thought of when this happened. Is like, oh my god, you'll be playing like. I heard it was a co-op event, so I was thinking like, okay, maybe you'll be fighting against like terrorists and like zombies will like attack you or something. But it's like there's like a weird narrative where they have full voice acting for a lot of the characters. Like blood is in there,
Yeah.
and like everyone is in there. Like a lot of the major like heroes or like the operatives or whatever are in there, but they're like fully voice acted. They have like personalities and everything, and you're like, oh, are these the people I've been playing like however many hours as in multiplayer? And then, there's like a whole like weird story about how the outbreak happened and all this stuff. Yeah. And then they, like Jordan was saying, they have like unique gameplay elements to it that like they either tweaked somehow from the main game or like actually just developed for this. So the fact that they put this much work and like just effort into a like limited time co-op event is kind of crazy. Yeah. So it's
not even sticking around after.
Probably not.
I don't think so.
I imagine
It's kind of odd.
It's been very popular, so I have to imagine that they're going to do more stuff like this, which is good because it keeps the game fresh. I mean, I don't want to play the event anymore because it only has about 3 maps and you don't get rewards from it. But like the time I spent playing it was cool. Like I would do it and like grind out something for it. But like I wish it gave you either. Like, I don't know, something more than what you get.
We played the 5, I think it's like if you play 5 of the missions or something on the standard difficulty, you get a little chibi charm. So I got a little, like, thing that you can put on my gun, and it's like a little, like, zombie, like, keychain thing. That was kind of cool. Like, and that, you just get it for playing the event.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that you can get, but you have to play it on the hardest difficulty, which I've heard is actually very difficult.
I would
in
prefer,
true
like,
Rainbow Six fashion.
If, like, after 1 you get, like, a pack to open or something like that, because they take a lot of time to beat these missions. They're, like, they're way more extensive than a match. So it's like, okay, like
they're like 20 minutes. Or
yeah,
something
like
that.
Like for reference, at the end of a regular match of Rainbow Six, you get maybe like 250 like renown points or whatever. It's like the currencies to buy characters and whatnot. At the end of the like 20 plus like 30-minute event, you get 300, which is like I could bust out like 3 matches in that time and have way more experience and like levels. Like it's just you don't get anything really for it, which is a bummer. But.
Yeah, they need to like change the reward system around the event specifically. But other than that, I think they knocked it out of the park. I thought it was a pretty good event.
It is cool.
What else have I been playing? I downloaded the Devil May Cry HD collection, and I really wanted to play that because I've heard a lot of talk about specifically Devil May Cry 1 and 3.
Yeah.
And there's currently a bug with the HD collection. I was talking to Lauren about this. Whoa!
Hang on.
It's near that light. Yeah, there's currently a bug with high refresh rate monitors, where if your monitor has a refresh rate higher than 60 hertz, when you play the game, it will be like 2 or 3 times. It's essentially like a doubled, or it goes from 60 hertz to, in my case, 144 hertz, but the game is being played at like whatever multiplier that is in terms of speed. So like, let's say at least 2 times. So you're playing the game and like it got to the point where like when I'm using the controller, right, like I'll try to on the main menu to choose the game that I want to play. When I move down, it is moving so fast that the cursor just like flies over the screen and I can't click on anything. So I had to use my mouse, which was first off, I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine. So I click on the game. I clicked on the third one to start out with, and the cutscene was moving at like 2.5, 3 times speed, whatever it is. So it was moving so fast that like the voice acting actually sounded like mice. It was like,
oh, even the voice acting is sped up too. That's
everything is sped up. But then like when it went up to into the gameplay, I was like, okay, let's see what happens in the gameplay. Before the mission starts, you have to hit mission start or customize or whatever and choose like your weapons and all that stuff. And so I was going through there and I literally could not use the menus, like, and you can't use the mouse in game.
Yeah.
So I had to just like basically like hit the button like really quick and like try to get it to the start button.
Why
so
did you even like put up with this?
I don't know, and so I got into the gameplay, and then in the game, I actually was able to play, but it was moving so fast that I was literally pressing like, because like Y is attack, B is like dodge or whatever, and I think X is to shoot your guns, and so I would just press like to try to do a normal combo. It would just be like. I would just like fly around the screen hitting people, and like I literally died in like 2 seconds, and it was just I could not play it. And then yeah, like I tried some stuff. Like I tried going to the NVIDIA control panel and turning off or turning on VSync rather to see if that would work. But that was only for the Steam edition, like the special edition of Devil May Cry 3, which is a separate release that has its own problems and apparently has like overwhelmingly negative reviews on Steam because it has a bunch of issues of its own. So my only option right now is to go through some sort of third-party program that you would use to like overclock your computer or something, and somehow like limit the frame rate of this specific program to 60 hertz, which is just so.
Can you buy this on the console? Didn't it get released on console?
You can. I should have just done that. I don't know what I was thinking, and I bought it through Green Man Gaming because they had a 25% discount on it. But they don't offer, of course, refunds after the key has been distributed. So now I have it's playable once I go through some workarounds, but it's, let's just say right now it's near unplayable on the PC, and it's frustrating. So I'm upset about that.
I'm sorry for your loss.
It's all right.
It's okay.
Look, 24 years is a good run.
It might get fixed. I don't know.
Yeah, it should, because look, PC gamers are a dedicated bunch. I'm sure a lot of people out there have refresh rate monitors higher than 60 hertz. So upsetting. Is it surprising because Capcom shit the bed at every turn? No. So yeah, we'll see. And then besides that, that's about all I've been... Oh, I've been playing... this is super random.
The Blob.
Yeah, I've been playing The Blob. No, I've been playing Zapper. One Rick and Quicket. I've been playing Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. What was I gonna say? We won. Did we talk about this last week? We won those PUBG matches, or was that since then?
I don't recall.
Guess what? I don't recall.
We play a lot of PUBG. I don't recall.
Okay, well, Jordan and I specifically, Coulter. Let's just say, yeah, this one, bud.
Just turn around, please.
Jorbans and I won a duos match, and it was a pretty handy victory. No, what do you, Coulter?
Coulter's exited the premises.
Coulter's sitting in a fucking chair.
I thought you were gonna take your backpack and then just like pack it up and just go.
That would have been great.
Just go.
I'm just gonna walk through the green screen.
Yeah, so we won that duos match, which was intense.
Yeah.
But then I'm proud to announce that I won my first solo match. I don't play a lot of solo, so it's not like I've been. It's not like I was trying to get it. No, but like I honestly don't. It's
not like I'm making an announcement.
I don't play that much solo, but I was happy that I won because I've had matches in the past where I think Coulter, you're spectating one of them, where I was going in and I died. I was in second place, and that's happened a lot. And I gave up for a little bit because I was really frustrated. But I won a solo match, and I didn't just sit there. I got 5 kills. I went in. And it was fun.
Yeah, welcome to the club, man. I mean, we've all been here a while, but you know.
Yeah, it's all right. So there was that. That was exciting. But then, the most exciting thing that I've been playing this week, which guys, it's gonna blow your socks off. I've been playing Tekken Mobile, which is like I don't know why I'm even really talking about this. Yeah, no, it's just called Tekken, but it's on the iPhone, and it's one of those like really shitty like
yeah,
you have to recharge your characters with health.
Yeah. But is it like the Injustice or
yes, it's like Injustice.
Those games fucking suck, dude. Come on.
Yeah, but the interesting part about this is that and trust me, Injustice, that game is shit.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, so when I downloaded this, I downloaded it because I really like the Tekken 7. I'm like, I like these characters. Like, let's see what this is. It was like editor's choice or whatever, like a new like featured app on the App Store. And so I downloaded it, and it's interesting because it is basic in its setup. Like, you click on like Act 1 of like the story or whatever, and then there's like a branching map where you choose whatever character it is to fight, and then different ones have different element types, and like you'll get a different advantage against certain heroes or whatever, which is pretty basic. But then the Tekken part of it is that you can still do juggles and like all of the like more technical aspects of fighting, but what they do instead is obviously you can't input a bunch of combos, so they have a card system where like
you're losing me on the
it's
cards.
It's weird. Like you can basically build like a deck or something
Tekken
for
358
specific,
over 2 days.
That's right. Chain of memories. Chain of kicks and punches.
What is the name of the leopardman? King.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like
Chain of
a
King.
leprechaun. I was like, what are you talking about?
I thought you were talking about the leper. Like a leper.
Like a leopard.
Yeah, but like
a leopard.
You build a deck or you get certain cards for certain characters, and then they have like basically like you're fighting and it's like at the left side of the screen you hold down to block, like pretty standard, and then like you can double tap to like dodge backwards, or you can double tap forward to dodge forwards, and then you just tap to attack. But then they have on the right side of the screen there's 3 cards that'll pop up, and they'll cycle through different ones. So like if you land a combo, then it'll recharge like your guard break or something, where like you can use the guard break to break a block, and then you can hit like they have like juggle cards where it'll like do an uppercut or a high kick and it'll swing them up, and then it'll have like a number 1 next to it, and then if you hit number 2, it'll be like a card that chains with it, so you can do like juggle and then hit number 2, and then you'll do like a punch combo, and then you can like kick them out of that or something, and you can like build decks around like certain combos and things like that. So when you're playing the actual matches, you do some lit ass shit where it's like, oh my god, I just pulled off like a badass combo with like King or whoever. But it is a very basic iPhone fighting game.
Pulled off a badass combo by tapping the screen 7 times.
By tapping the cards and stuff. But it's like there's something fun about it because it's running at 60 frames. Like it looks like a like arcade version of Tekken on your phone, and it's somewhat entertaining. That's one of those games that I'll play like while I'm waiting for like coffee or whatever. I'll be like, I'll like kick some ass in line.
Waiting 2 minutes on
Just,
that
like-
espresso.
Yeah, just like
minutes.
just fucking go in.
That's very long.
Was it 5 minutes? Unacceptable.
5 minutes around there. No, I think it was like I could do it in around 2 minutes now, probably.
You perfected the craft.
Look, once you get down that tamping, you're ready to go.
This is the perfect male form.
That's right.
Tamp.
You might not like it, but Tamp.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay
So anyway,
Pirates.
that was really
Buccaneers,
almost
excuse
pointless
me.
to bring up, but I have been playing it, so why not?
All right.
Jordan, what have you been playing? Coulter.
I like that one. Good job. Good job.
No, what have you been playing?
Mostly a lot of Kingdom Hearts 2 still. I'm at the point of no
Sorry.
return. Sorry, Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Final Mix.
Thank you.
Jesus.
I'm at the point of no return in that game, which is when you enter whatever area and the game's like, you better save because you're not coming back from this. I'm at the end of the game. So because of that, I decided to go back and do some of the like optional stuff. I beat Sephiroth, who's the big optional boss in that game.
Big baby berry.
Yeah, I don't know if there are any other like crazy optional bosses in Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't recall any.
I think
Maybe
there's
in
at least
Final Mix, but
Oh, actually, I thank you for referring to it as Final Mix, because I think I mentioned last time there was these things called absent silhouettes. They're boss
The
fights.
Organization
Yeah, they're
13.
boss fights against the members of Organization 13 that at this point in time in the game were already dead, and you had to fight them again. The first one I fought was shit. All the other ones I fought were actually pretty interesting. Like one of them, the mechanic is that he, at the start of the fight, he like curses you, and instead of having your health go down, you have like a hit count above your head. And so like I think depending on what your health is, it changes, but it's like 40. And so if you get hit 40 times, you die no matter what. And like he has like a bunch of like ridiculous chain combos, but like that fight was incredibly hard, but like fun, because like it's like a different mechanic. Another one has like a guy with a thing like circling you, and if it hits you from the bottom, it starts filling up like a data bar, and once it hits the top, it spawns like an anti-Sora, and then you have to fight him and the boss, and like just weird things like that aren't in any of the fights in the main game. And all those were pretty fun.
They're like raid bosses.
Yeah, sure, they're just all completely different like bosses. And then the final thing is that in Final Mix they added a completely new area to the game called, I don't know what's, it's like Cavern of Remembrance.
Called, I don't know.
I don't know, something like that.
It's a Kingdom Hearts name.
It's a Kingdom Hearts.
If you
name.
remember it, I would be surprised.
Cavern of something, but like it's reminded me of
I'm
like,
intrigued.
the original Kingdom Hearts, because there's a lot of like platforming and puzzle.
Let's
like,
fucking
maneuvering
go.
around there. It's pretty cool, but you have to get to the end of it. You need to basically max out all the forms, so you can have like the highest jump and like highest glide and all this stuff.
let's fucking go.
And I grinded that out and did it. Unfortunately, the reward at the end is another room filled with like a series of monitors, and you can fight every member of the organization there, like the guitar guy or whatever, all of them, but they're
Wait,
incredibly
at the same
difficult.
time?
No, one at a time, but they are
okay.
incredibly fucking difficult. Like, I was like, oh, I'll try the guitar dude, because his fight sucks ass. Like, all you do is hit these like water things and then hit him like 20 times. It's super fucking easy.
This guy sucks
he has a
ass.
muddy ass.
He does. He's fucking awful. And then I got into the fight. The water things, they don't die in one hit. In fact, it takes a whole combo to kill them. And like, you still have the timer like running down. I was like, oh, I can't do this. Like, it's too fucking hard. So I just left and killed Sephiroth instead, because he was easier somehow. But I might give that a shot, or I might just beat the game when I get back to it, because I'm right at the end. So
When I was replaying the original non-final mix, non.5, excuse me, there was, no, you just moved the little thing just a little centimeter there, and I wanted to comment on it.
I did need to bring it up.
Yeah, so when I was replaying that, I got to that point where it was like, you're gonna need to sync because this is over. And then I didn't go on, because at that point they had like announced that they were going to come out with it for PS4, and I was
right.
like, might as well play through the whole shit again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it got to the point where I was using Final Form like every fight,
Yep.
and just like absolutely destroying like
Final Form
everybody.
breaks that fucking game. Like, once you get it
Yeah.
and like max it out, I can't die. Actually,
Yeah.
even outside of Final Form,
Is that the silver one?
Yeah, I'm so high level at this point, I just can't be killed.
Yeah.
Like, nothing, one combo just destroys everything. Like, it's just, it's pointless at this point. I'm like, I guess I'll just, whenever, just go kill Xemnas or Xenohorde or whatever and be done, but I have,
Xenohorde.
it'll be fucking easy as hell at this point. So.
You're gonna go kill Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, so-
honestly, the story at this point, I was like, I'm waiting for it to get crazy, and it does, but to me, it's only because the fucking names in that game are just awful. Like, I can't tell Xemnas apart from Xenophor from Xenohorde. Like, they all have these awful names, and like,
It's Xehanort.
Xehanort, whatever. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know how I mixed that one.
Thanks.
And look, there's all the names are so easily
Xenohor.
indistinguishable.
Yeah, just like
Xenohor 5.
But
My favorite
Hold
film.
on.
erotic film.
My favorite video on Dane's Pornhub profile.
I was about to say that.
Really?
Yes, I was about.
Wow. Oh yeah, I was gonna say that I appreciate the fact that they put like more hard bosses and stuff in the final mix, because that was probably what I was looking for.
Yeah, and they did do some of that in Kingdom Hearts 1.5. I just didn't do it because I kind of just wanted to get through that game. But like they added more, not a whole lot of bosses, but more like before, if you didn't beat the like Ice Titan, you got nothing basically after beating it in the Olympus Cup. But now you get like a Keyblade or something. It's cool stuff like that. But 2.5 has a lot of like extra stuff, which I found fun because I have played those games multiple times. So, but yeah, I will beat that game shortly and be done with it, and then move on to maybe another.
I was gonna say Birth by Sleep. Yeah,
I might just play the other ones. I feel like I said this before. I was like, are these games listed in like the order that like
came out?
Not the order that they came out, but they're listed in the order that I think the events of the games take place. So like they're listed in chronological. Like,
what's the first one?
Kingdom Hearts 1.
That's not the right
Yeah,
order.
I don't think it. Or Birth by Sleep is like prequel to everything, like way before everything happened. So
Okay.
Yeah, because that has what's his name?
Rocky Road,
Well, it has Roxas's
like previous incarnation or something.
yeah, or like it's not. I was gonna say his Nobody
Oh,
or
it's
his
like
Heartless,
Terra
but
and-
yeah, Terra, and then it has
Ventus.
Ventus and Aqua. Yeah. So, and that's like I don't know
That's ancient history.
the exact time gap, but it's way before Sora for sure.
I feel like it's set up in the point where like Kingdom Hearts 1, none of that is mentioned, but like Chain of Memories, and then I think it goes 358 over 2 or Birth by Sleep, 2.5, and then the other one. Like,
yeah, it's probably something where like
I feel like playing in that order would make sense. Like if you played each one of those in order, the like story from the last game would make sense, and the next one also would make more sense.
yeah. I think what it would be is same thing as Star Wars Machete order, similar, where it's like the best experience.
I think what it would be is dumb. Just kidding.
I won't play through all of them. I'm not playing Chain of Memories, but I might check out. I might just check
Do
out.
they have Chain of Memories on there, or is
Yeah.
it just the cutscenes?
I think it's
I think
the full
they
game,
have the real.
Really?
game, I think,
Okay.
but I will check out one
if
of
I'm not
those.
mistaken.
For some reason, I thought it was just the cutscenes, but maybe I'm insane.
That is, they do have. I think it's in the 2.8 or whatever. They have the cutscene for I don't know which game, but
I don't know either.
it's a full series of cutscenes. I don't remember which one.
They have all the cutscenes you could ever want.
Yeah,
They have a
of
lot.
cutscenes. If I really need to, I'll just go on YouTube and watch it because I won't be playing all those games.
Look, the only cutscene you need is the opening cutscene of 2.8.
And they're
That's
like-
right.
And then besides that, I've been playing a very new game, type of game I don't play very much, a rhythm game called DJ Max Respect, which is very anime-esque. It's a Japanese music rhythm game that's incredibly fun. At least I found it fun so far. Similar to like
When did it come out? Oh, you said
a couple
it was
weeks
super
ago.
new.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like last week or a couple weeks ago. But the series itself has been running for a very long time. But I think this is the first one that's been released on like U.S. like soil by itself ever. Maybe all the other ones are like you have to import on a PSP or something. But this is like a full-fledged PS4 game, and it's pretty cool. Has
You had my interest,
Yeah.
but now you have my curiosity.
Is that the quote?
Let's say
I
yes.
don't know. It's one of those. I don't know if it's in that order. All
You're
right.
supposed to say yes
I always
and.
mess it up. Yes, and. Dad.
Yeah, it reminds me of DDR a little bit in the way that just like you play it. It's like the
DDR Extreme or
DDR
House
Final
Mix,
Stream
House
Beat
Mix,
Agents.
House Mix,
DDR
Return,
Roundtable Extreme Mix 3
.8.
0.8
Final Cut.
Final Cut. It was when I
7.
started the game, I didn't know what it was like because the trailer on the PS4 store doesn't show the gameplay at all. It's just like a cut. I'm pretty sure it's the animation for one of the songs in the game. I was like, okay, well, I don't know really what this looks like. But when you start,
So you just bought it.
I just bought it. Listen, a lot of people liked it. I've heard a lot about this series, but like the way that like it's meant to be played on a PS4 controller, so like the note set going from left to right is like left on D-pad, up on D-pad, triangle, circle. which is like when you start it, like I don't know what the fuck like this is. Like it's really hard to play it at first, but then once I got into it, it makes way more sense. It starts out 4 button, which is the one I'm playing, and go to 5, 6, 7, and then 5, 6, and then 8 button, which is like using the entire fucking PS4 controller. I haven't tried any of those because I can't even do 4 at this point, but like I love it. The music ranges from like poppy, like J-pop or whatever K-pop stuff to like piano, like jazz, like it's all over the place, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, and I've been playing that quite a bit.
I watched Jordan play a little bit of it today. He share played it for like a set or whatever, like 3 songs, and it was interesting. I'm intrigued by it.
One of the other things I like is that, like, as opposed to like Rock Band or whatever, I think Rock Band and Guitar Hero kind of do this, I think, but like when you press the note, like the note by itself, like when you press it, it makes a noise regardless of whether or not like a beat is coming down or not. So you can just like chain things in whenever you want and like make the sounds, and it doesn't take away from like your combo or anything. Like each button press just makes a noise during the song, and it's like that's pretty cool, I think. But
if you like hit it kind of out of time,
it does mess up the song. And like what happens also is that like it'll give you like if you press it at the right time, it says like, oh, max 100%, but if you hit it and it says like 20%, the note comes off like it plays the note like not correctly. Yeah. So like when you're having 100% like string, it's like, okay, this fucking sounds great, but if you're just like sludging your way through the song like a barbarian, it's not going to sound great. And I've had to do that because a lot of the timings are pretty lenient, but it's fun.
Are there difficulties?
There are.
You just said that there's different amounts of button.
Those button difficulties are separate from the actual difficulty of the song. It has like it's similar to like DDR, if you remember those. Like it's like, oh, here's like 1 star, like 20 stars. Like it does that, or it also just has a hard mode of the song or like extreme. I haven't tried those yet, but at some point I'm sure I'll.
Are we gonna see a video of you going in on the fucking controller?
You could. Listen, I'm not kidding. Some of the like button like combinations you have to do, like your hands are moving.
You gotta go claw.
Like, breakneck. You can't do claw. That's the thing about the game, is it does smart enough that you don't need to do the claw, but you do have to like slide your finger across like the left, up, right. Like you do some weird combinations, but it's fun. Like your fingers are moving at a breakneck speed sometimes. And I've liked it.
I'll have to look at some gameplay.
Yeah. I'm sure if you watch a high-level person playing, like, the 8-button ones, they're going to look like a demon. Like, their fingers will be moving at lightning speed.
Yeah.
What did you say the name of it was?
DJ Max Respect.
MRCS coming up soon.
Yeah. DJ Max is the series name. Respect is this newest
DJ Max.
Yeah.
Does it have the art style of a classic Japanese rhythm game?
Yes.
Great, that's all I need to know.
Yeah, and each song has a video to accompany it.
The videos were lit as fuck.
They range from like weird like artistic stuff to just like an anime story. One of the ones I played was, and I told Dane this, it literally just looked like a video game cutscene or like an actual game. Like it was like 3D models that looked like it could have been from maybe an early like PS4 game or like a 360 game. Like it was like a high quality like cutscene. I was like, what is happening? And the song was like 3 minutes long. I was like, what? Did they just make this for this? Is this from a video game? I can't tell. Like it was weird.
And like I wonder if some of the game, or like not games, but some of the songs have been like just directly ported from the PSP versions, because there's like because there's like some of the like one of the title cards was just like a fucking like PSP like chilling on a table with like some like Apple headphones or something. And
a lot of them have that.
Yeah, just looking at that, I'm like, it's like this is like PSP. This is like ancient history at this point. But yeah, when you're going through all the songs and like the first song that you played, like the music was lit, dude. It was sounding good.
There's some like I have like some of the songs I played. I was like, this is like fucking awesome. Like, and especially when you're playing like the beats in tune, you're like, oh, I'm fucking going in right now making this song.
I'm killing it, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But
nice.
I might have to check that out.
It's a fun game. It is a full price game, which I don't know if that is.
You lost me already.
A deterrent, but. Actually, I think it's $50 or $45. I can't remember, but
that's not full price.
It's not, but
it's not 60,
darn
but
close
it's definitely
to
not 20.
Yeah, but I would recommend it because there are a ton of songs in that game, so worth it. You can play online against
any
people.
Songs that we'd know.
Betting 0. No, I'm gonna guess 0. But
how about Motherfucker Gentleman?
No, I don't think so.
Does it have Dota?
No.
Does it have a Simple and Clean Ray of Light remix?
Surprisingly, no.
Darn.
Damn it.
The only song necessary for the job.
The barrel.
But yeah, other than that, nothing.
Wow. You just been playing nothing, man.
Just been playing nothing. But Kingdom Hearts.
Have you been stroking and playing? Playing and stroking?
You can't stroke while
Any
playing DJ
nosebleeds?
Max.
That's true.
I almost had a nosebleed during DJ Max, but I trained it. I called it
We were
back.
just like,
I was like, don't do it. Don't do it. And I got it.
Going in.
Yeah.
stop. They're going to hear that.
They are.
They are, and they will. And they're going to like it.
That's right.
But yeah. That's it.
All right. Guys, that's it. That's everything for you.
A little bit of
Hang
a
on.
mini episode.
That's right.
We do have to do one more
We
thing
have one
now.
more element of this
Fuck my
podcast.
ass.
An integral element. Jordan has it.
Where's my pussy? Okay, there it is.
But it's for me. Guys,
Lick my pussy,
you
Johnny.
already know about the Wacky Film List. And this movie will be watched next week,
Every
hopefully.
week we reach in the bag, we pull a movie
Here it is.
out, and we watch it next week.
Put some vibrato on it. Oh, okay.
I hope it's my wild card.
That's nice.
I ended it.
I
with
want
a
like,
little,
I want a full like funk band with horns, and the horns are going. And then there's like a guitarist going in, like a
Yeah.
bassist.
and I want an accomplished funk singer to just be doing on the mic,
yeah.
just go,
Yeah,
Hey, don't look.
and there has to be a bunch of
Whatever-
ladies in the back being like,
yeah. All right, guys, I'm about to pull out a film.
Don't look. Stop looking.
All right, here it is.
I'm always nervous. I don't know why. Like I get like,
You're a nerd.
Desperately wanted to be my wild card. Make it happen.
you've been waiting for that for a while now.
It's the only one left in there, so
All right. Brazil.
great.
Are any of us happy?
Yes,
I don't know
All
what this
right.
movie is about.
I'm interested in this.
Can
There
you
it is.
quickly give me the synopsis of why I should be excited for this movie?
It has Natalie Portman in her youngest
I
role.
believe this is directed by
Leon.
Terry Gilliam, who
Okay.
is very famous.
I've never heard of him, so
Let me make sure this is the one I'm thinking of.
Is it
Yeah,
a
Terry
female?
Gilliam. A bureaucrat in a retro future world tries to correct an administrative error and becomes an enemy of the state.
is this a sci-fi movie?
It's a sci-fi movie.
I definitely didn't think that
It has Robert De Niro in there. It has a lot of famous actors, actually, that I'm looking at. A lot of famous British actors. Famous. And yeah, I've heard it described as
Hot garbage.
as a dark comedy. It has very dark comedic aspects to it, but it's very well known for its use of practical effects and its strange sets and like weird stuff.
2.5 hours.
Huh?
How long?
It's 2.5 hours long.
Listen,
Yeah.
it could be worse. It
Yeah,
could be
but
7
no,
seconds.
Could be
like,
one more
it's-
hour than that.
It's apparently very good. It's a well-regarded sci-fi film.
I'm more intrigued than I was when you pulled it out of the bag because I
Yeah,
thought it was going to be a boring ass movie.
I thought it was like something like Casablanca where they're in
Yeah.
Brazil.
Yeah, that's what. I
No,
was
this is like a
imagining.
way far in the future, like strange.
Yeah.
Like this is probably similar to like something like The Fifth Element
Yeah.
or something.
Oh,
like
I was
that.
imagining like some like drama where it's like, oh, we're in Brazil.
Yeah.
and
No.
we're having, whatever.
That's
I
exactly.
don't know why-
I like how we're on the exact same page. as
No,
that.
that's what I thought it was too when I heard the title like initially, but when I looked it up, Terry Gilliam is I think he's done some stuff with Monty Python, or he's maybe helped with Monty Python in some way, but he's a very famous British director, British man.
Monty Mole.
Cool.
Yeah, so it should be.
Alright.
Yeah. Yes, co-signed by Monty Mole.
Yep.
Guys, that's it for the cast.
But hey, a short one, relatively speaking.
That's right. And guys, if you want to talk to us, just call me up. At,
My number is
Skype me.
the number is right here on the screen.
There it is. Call in now to get your nice little espresso machine that takes 5 minutes. Guys, if you want to contact us for reals, though, please do it at itsnotsosubtle@gmail.com.
That's right.
That is the one.
You may also leave a comment. You may. I'm giving you permission.
You're granting access.
Yeah,
Up until now, you haven't. That's why we haven't gotten any.
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've gotten some comments on. That was a condescending look. Yeah, if you're listening on iTunes, go ahead and look at this picture right here. There it is. That's how you give us a review. Be the first that is not sitting at this table to review the podcast. It may have been Kermit that left that review.
We don't know for sure.
His name was the Killamilla, but that's probably the Killer Kermit.
Listen, I'm not the only person to have that moniker, so it might not have been me.
You're not, and honestly, I still am just a little confused on how to actually spell your username. So I don't. How would I even know like if that's yours? Because I don't even know how to spell yours. No one knows. So like
Thar she kills.
I don't know.
You just don't know.
You don't know anything.
You're short-circuiting. Please help.
Stroked out. Guys, we are also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Dane's doctor's office.
Where he'll be for the next 3 months because he's breaking.
At It's Not So Subtle. Let me just say that more succinctly. Okay. At It's Not So Subtle on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch. If you guys want to watch us on Twitch, maybe someday we'll stream. No, yeah. we've been moving towards streaming a little more, and Dane is just continuing on this bit that I don't like.
I can't look at him. I can't look over there.
What am I doing?
You're doing. I'm not looking. Okay.
So yeah. Where might they find you, Abomination?
Jesus Christ. Look, you can find me at Lane to Point, pretty much all over the webs at this point. Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, any social media platform you can think of. Even that one that's apparently run by a war criminal, the like Vero or whatever it is. Did you guys hear about this?
You have a Vero account?
I do. I don't know why. I don't use it. I found out like first off they're going to start charging for it after a certain point, but I got in for free, I guess, because I was one of the first million. But then it turns out that he's like it's like one of those like Coney 2012 situations where the guy's like a crazy man or something.
Yeah.
So I'll probably delete that. So don't look for me on there.
Yeah, okay.
And then also, of course, you can find me on Goodreads, where I'm reviewing every page of the Encyclopedia Britannica. Starting with whatever the first volume, whatever. What?
What are you up to?
Well, you have to check my.
Okay.
Yeah,
leave me hanging secret.
You have to subscribe. You have to like, comment, and subscribe to my Goodreads account. If you really want to know. Yes, that's going strong. It looks like a lot of, if not, maybe my entire viewership.
Do you mind asking Jordan where they can find him?
From Pornhub has come over to Goodreads.
Yeah, the crossover.
I'm actually glad about that.
Yeah, so people are, they're dedicated, and I get it.
They'll find you wherever you go.
Yeah, I get it.
Those Dane heads know what they like.
That's right. Now, Coulter, I'd like
Dane daddies. Dane's daddies.
Could you ask
Dane's angels. Dane's daddies.
You're going.
Can you ask Kermit to ask you to ask me to ask Jordan where we can find him?
Whenever you get that many, I just can't. But I will say, hey Jordan, where can we find you if we wanted to find you?
Wow, you can find me, Jordan Miller, at the Killamilla on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, where I have streamed a couple PUBG games lately. I will probably stream some DJ Max if anyone wants to see that, because that's a fun watch, and you can listen to sick music. You can find me on Facebook, the Killamilla at Video Game Services, and if you want to follow my anime blog on Tumblr, Tenzo-Taicho. And that's it.
I won't ask how to spell it.
I don't know how.
I've been putting it on the screen, so I've been demystifying the whole
Did you spell it correctly?
I don't know. Let's test me now. Tenzo dash Nope. TAICHOU.
You got it. I knew you had it.
When you got it, you got it. And with that, we're going to end it.
All right.
Thank you guys for joining us on this journey. I hope you liked this little baby episode. It's honestly not that much shorter, but maybe just a little more manageable for you at home.
Look, you could watch this. You could watch 2 of these episodes of a similar length. At the same time, you could watch Seven Samurai.
Yeah, I like how we watched the longest film we've watched, and we did the shortest episode about it.
Perfectly planned.
But that's fine. No, we've done shorter episodes.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you. And good night.
See ya.
Bye-bye.